Do you think that if you're in a long-term relationship, you can have best friends of the opposite gender?
No, one person always wants to fuck the other. So there's always one person.
Well, not even if it's not even like that. Like, do you think
it's always like that? It has to. The way that humans are, no.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Because I know that's like such a debate. I know that there's always, so many girls who write into us and they're like, I have been dating this guy for a while. Everything's perfect. Like, he's awesome. We get along so well, whatever. He has like a best girlfriend. And she was like, I don't know, do I get jealous? Do I feel like how should I feel? Like, do I have the right to be upset but also it's like, am I going to be that new girl that comes in and starts dating this guy and is like, no, you can't have any girlfriends? It's like kind of like a tough
the dynamic changes. I'll say when I first moved to Boston, I met this great group of guys. There's 4 guys. And when I first met them, they were all single. And at the time I was like kind of single, kind of not. I don't know. It was a sticky situation. But regardless, I didn't want to sleep with any of them. Like, they were generally my friends. Like, we went skiing together, the whole thing. Like,
yeah, you guys were just like best friends.
Yeah, we were best friends with me and my roommates. No one has ever slept with anyone, and never will. I just had to throw that out there. But, slowly as time went on, because I moved to Boston in 2018, and I'm still friends with them to this day.
They came to your surprise party.
They did, yes.
Cute.
3 out of 4 of them now have girlfriends.
Okay.
And the only time that I see them is when their girlfriends are around.
Okay.
Most of the time. One of them doesn't live here, so she's not usually here, but I usually don't see him unless he's with her or unless I'm with like all of them and their girlfriends. So the whole dynamic changes, and I'm happy when they bring their girlfriends around. Right. I'm like, let me adopt you. Let me bring you into the group. Like,
right.
That's fine.
Okay. But I feel like that makes it better if they're also dating someone.
Yeah.
I think where it gets complicated is, I am best friends with Jake. Mm-hmm. From State Farm. And we've been best friends for years since college. I actually have a guy friend very much like this. We've been best friends for years, like since college, in it together. Nothing's ever happened between us. No kiss, nothing. Just best friends. And I know you're like, oh, he wanted it, whatever, but
he probably would if he
but
him.
Like nothing ever, like no creepy vibes, never pulled a move. We're best friends. We talk, FaceTime every day, talk on the phone. He knows everything about me. I start dating someone. First, it's fine. 6 months in, what do you do? And by the way, Jake doesn't have a girlfriend. So he's still like, okay, Shannon's my best friend. Like, we're going to hang out every single day, just like we used to. Now he's mad because he's like, what the hell? So you get a boyfriend and you stop talking to me? I feel like It gets so complicated.
It does.
I think that for people going through this, because it is awkward when you get into a relationship. You don't want to be like that shitty person that's like, all right, I'm going to cut my friend that's been there for me through thick and thin, unless you have ulterior motives, in which case, obviously, like, we've all been there, and deal with your shit. But if it is genuine and you're like, there's no weird ulterior motive here, I think that you either have to, like you said, the dynamic will just change, and maybe you do kind of drift apart, which does get really sad, or you find a way to like make sure that your significant other feels so comfortable with them, and like you make sure that they become close, if possible.
I think if they are actually your real friend, they will have met your significant other and you will have met their significant other, and like you can like almost double date and like hang out all together. Like, it shouldn't be weird to bring your significant other around them, because if you're actually friends, like, 1, there's no sexual tension, so it doesn't matter, and 2, like, they want to meet your significant other, and you want to bring them around your new friends, or you want to bring your new significant other around your friends.
Michael was so smart, because when we started dating, he knew that I had a group of guy friends from high school that I was so close with. Like, they were like, I hung out with them every day. Mm-hmm. And I feel like instead of him trying to be like jealous and like get weird about it and be like, I don't want you hanging out with like Brennan and Garrett anymore, he like instantly, it was like so like within a few months of us dating, was like reaching out to, like, we'd go to parties and they'd be there, and instead of him being kind of like possessive of me and like, no, like, she's my girlfriend, he like put such an effort in to make them like his best friends, and he started texting them without me there, and like he'd start asking them to hang out, and he'd invite them on like ski trips with his high school friends. Oh, wow. And they became best friends, and to this day, like, he's actually closer with them now than I even am. But I was like, what an evil genius, because he knew how guys are, and he's like, if I like, boys are for the boys, right? So he's like, if I can make these guys my boys, they will never cross me. Not only will they never try to pull a move on Shannon, but they would tell me if Shannon ever did something sketchy. So he's like, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom.
But do you think guys are really that smart, or do you think he really just wanted to be their friend?
No, he told me years later. That's why he did it. He was like, I didn't really know you. He's like, I knew I really liked you. I knew you had these guy friends that I didn't know like what the dynamic was, but he was like, you were so close with them. He's like, I knew I had to befriend them. He's like, not because I didn't trust you or didn't trust them. He's like, I just knew that it would make everyone's life so much easier. And it did. So there you go. The more you know.